Hi guys, it's Angie with My Fairy Treasures. Just a second, I'm gonna mess with my camera for a second. Hopefully that's good right there. Okay, I'm coming around. Alexa, set timer for 23 minutes.
23 minutes, starting now.
Hi guys! Alright you guys, welcome to my knitting podcast, Angie's Knitting, Fibers, Spinning, Mixed Media, everything. Okay, so I haven't been on for a while, you guys, so sorry about that. Everything I'm doing is like really long-term projects, so I didn't have a whole lot. And anyway, it just took me about a month to like have enough to do a podcast. So, okay, so the first thing I want to share with you guys is some my newest sheep blocks that I bought. I got 1 pound of registered, I have it written down, 1 pound of registered Leicester long wool locks fleece. I bought a pound of it. You guys, when I got it, it was so nasty. Like, when you buy like raw fleece, it's just off the sheet and sent to you. So it's nasty, dirty, full of lanolin. The lanolin part's good because it makes your, it gives it a lot of moisture and it leaves it nice and shiny. So when you dye it, it's really shiny. So that lanolin part's good. But I want to tell you guys, well, let me first share the wool with you, and then I'm going to show you how I cleaned it and degreased it, like what I used. You guys are going to, this is like awesome news for people who want to buy a raw fleece. And buying raw fleece, you get so much more for your money than if someone else cleans it and does all the stuff for you. So, but before I do that, let me just get into it and show you guys. This is the raw fleece that I cleaned. I'm just going to bring it up to the camera so you guys can see it. Look how clean that is. And look how much vegetable matter is not in there any longer. There's a few pieces here and there you can just pick out. No big deal. And these I'm going to spin in my art yarn. I'm so excited. Let me just show you a couple of pieces like this. Okay. Like, there we go. See? And when you buy this, these are about 6 to 8 inches long, and that's what you want. You want the long wool fleeces, not the short when you're going to do spinning. I mean, I guess you can if you're going to do some bats, you can throw it in the bats like your small pieces. But if you want to spin locks and have them hanging in your piece, then you need to have the long wool, which is like 6 to 8 inches. So then I colored them, you guys. I dyed them. And I love to dye with Kool-Aid. You guys, dyeing with Kool-Aid is awesome. It's non-toxic, and the colors are gorgeous. This was pink lemonade. Yeah, pink lemonade. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that color. Look at that right there. And this is all still kind of wet because I just dyed it this morning. And then you just pull these locks apart, and then you can spin them. But look how beautiful that is. These turned out gorgeous. And like I said, I have a pound of all this. So right now I have it on this tray just to kind of show you guys. There's the platter I have it all on right now. But there's tons more of this. It's all outside drying. And I'm going to throw this back outside because it needs to finish drying too. Then I also dyed, oh my god, this is gorgeous, you guys. Okay, this is cake dye. All of them were cake dyes, except for the purple in here is Kool-Aid. Okay, and the rest are cake dyes of these colors you're going to see. Okay, check this out. Look how beautiful those colors are. Aren't those so pretty? Let me just bring up a few at a time so you guys can see. Absolutely phenomenal. Check that out. I Instagrammed like a whole thing of these next to my what do you call them? You know, the bobbins, my wooden bobbins, which the yarn goes on as I spin it. Spinning my art yarn. Isn't this? Look at the colors. It's just absolutely divine. It is so magical. I call this my fairy and unicorn yarn. Fairy and unicorn locks. So once I spin the yarn, I've been calling it fairy and unicorns and fairies. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is just so yummy. I mean, you guys look at this. I'm just going to put it in my hands. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I just love it. So, I dyed up quite a bit of that. I have like this much of a baggie full. And I'm going, we're going to be going to California here pretty soon, and we're going to stay on the beach, and I'm going to take my spinning wheel with me because I have the kind that's portable, and I'm going to spin on the beach. And hopefully I'll bring my camera and I can do a little filming of that, which I think will be really cool and really relaxing. So you guys, I have all of this to spin. Well, this right here I need to dye, but oh, so excited. So excited. I would show you guys how nasty and how the wool came when it was just raw, but from the seller. But I've already washed it all, and I'm going to do a video on how to wash a raw fleece when raw fleece comes to you, especially with this stuff. Oh, let me talk about that. Okay, there's this stuff called Oil Eater Cleaner and Degreaser. It comes in a 5-gallon bucket like this big, and you get it at Costco. It's like this big. It's $28, and you guys, you put that. You don't wet your fleece. You don't wet your fleece. I work with about this much at a time. You don't wet it. You just take this stuff. It's liquid. You just pour some over it. Rub your hands through it. I use gloves. Some people think that they shouldn't, but that's nasty at first. So I use gloves, and you just kind of mush it all in, and then let it sit there for 5-10 minutes. You literally see. And it still leaves some natural lanolin in the fleece. It doesn't take it all out, but it takes a good amount out that, you know, to get the dirt and stuff out. You start seeing some lanolin leave, and then you start seeing all the dirt just falls off, and you get this beautiful white fleece, beautiful white locks. And it was not like this at all. It was completely opposite of this. So, and it does it really quick. And I have my own little process. I want to do a video the next time my raw fleece comes in. I'm going to order some more soon. I'll make a little video on how I do it, how I clean it. I also, well, really quickly, after I do that, I take it into a bowl of water. I do it all outside, and I kind of just rinse it really quick. Then I take my sprayer, and I do it, so I turn it on the sprayer so it shoots straight out. So it shoots out really, really hard. And I put the fleece on my table, and I just hit it. And I just keep hitting it, especially where all the places are that have the, there's no more dirt at this point, that have the vegetable matter, and I start spraying it. And it just starts spraying out all that vegetable matter. So when I'm all done, I only have little bits of vegetable matter, very, very minute, hardly any at all, okay? Then when you go to dye it, and you put it in your pot for the boiling, it gets rid of the rest of the vegetable matter. Any little bits that were left, like tiny, tiny little particles, it gets rid of it. So it's pretty damn clean by the time you get to this point. If you decide that you want to use your fleece like the natural color, I would still boil it for like 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure that you're killing anything that's in there, which you probably did, which hopefully no one sent you anything too bad in there. But it just sanitizes it a little bit more. It'll make you feel a little bit better about it. And it helps get out any little tiny pieces of vegetable matter. They just go with the hot boiling water for 3 or 4 minutes. So, okay, so that is that. Let me show you guys what some of the projects I guess my some completed projects. I don't have any completed knitting projects, but I have some completed spinning. Okay, I showed you some of this last time, but here I spun some more. Doesn't that look gorgeous, you guys? I love it. So I'm working on right now a slouchy shruggy, a slouchy cardigan, and I'm gonna make another slouchy cardigan and use this as fringe. And then the pink one, I'll show you the pink stuff I'm doing right now. I'm using that for fringe on the cardigan I'm working on now. But this will be another cardigan, and I'll use this for fringe and trim. Isn't it fabulous? So magical, you guys. I love it. Okay, so that's beautiful. That's for that project. That's what I'm going to do, the project I'm doing after the one I'm working on. So this is the project I'm working on now, and this will be the fringe. And I also knitted some of this into my piece too, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I've showed this one before, you guys, I think. But the thing new is I started adding like these ribbons. See the ribbon? So you have the locks. See how the locks are here? So you have the locks. Here's another lock. Then you also have hanging the fringe, so it adds more drama. So I think it looks really pretty. And then on this one too, I don't know if I didn't point out the locks. Let me point out my locks. Look how pretty. There's the locks. See how they hang down? And then here's some ribbon that hangs down, and then some yarn. I put some yarn in here. I also put some fringe I actually get at Michael's. You can spin anything in your art yarn. Be creative. And then I did different techniques. I did baubles. So I'll show you the different techniques I did. I did, oh, I also used Angelina. That's what the gold stuff in there is. I did honeycombs. I did some coiling right there. I did some more coiling right there. Almost turns out like a bauble. And then I did some, baubles, which is, wait, let me show you a bauble. That's not a bauble there. Okay, I do them everywhere. Here's a bauble. Here's like a little bauble right there. And then, like I said, I spun together the ribbon, which is just torn pieces of like sheets or fabric. I've used some gold sparkly or pink sparkly fiber I got from like Michael's or Joann's, and it's just turned out really, really pretty. I'm really loving it. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I did the same thing on this one. It's the same MO. I did some coils, and the reason the coils turn out like this and not like coil, they are coils, but they turn out a little bit different is because I used this yarn that's already nubby and stuff that I get at like Michael's or whatever, or Hobby Lobby. And then I did some baubles there, and then I did some more ribbon, and then the sheep's locks here. And then the rest of it that I knit with in between to make the baubles and to make, you know, all of this stuff here, I use wool that I hand dye, roving that I hand dye. So it's also roving that I is used to make these too. So I use roving. I use everything, you guys, and I just think it turns out so beautiful. I'm going to show you guys the roving. I'll show you the roving next. Here's the roving that I got from Knit Picks. Yeah. I'll show you too what it looks like plain too, but this is how it looks. I dyed it, and that's what I used in this one. Okay, that's the main base of all of this. Okay, like all of this right through here, and here is the roving. And I dyed this in a big pot, and I used the Kool-Aid is the purple, and the rest are different colors of cake dyes. So here it is. Here's the roving. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I think it's so beautiful. I love it. And I love spinning this. I do have to say, this is 100% wool. I got last time wool, like 75% wool and 20% silk, and it cost me a couple of extra dollars. Well, at the time it was on sale for $5 a bag, so I should have bought a ton of it. But it's normally like $7 or $8, and this was only $5. But I have to say, I do like the wool mixed with the silk, so it's softer. This is still soft, but it's really soft with that. So I'm going to buy that next time and spend a couple extra dollars on my roving. So there's that. Let me wind it back up. Well, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll show you another colorway. Well, it's still the same colorway, but I'll just show you, because, you know, different, like I dye them at different times. They turn out different. There's another one that I did. It's all that same colorway. Fairies and Unicorns, that's what I call this colorway. So pretty. And then look how this one turned out a little bit more with blue. I mean, more blue and purple. See, it's really cool how the roving takes, just like the sheep's locks. They just take differently. Each sheep block takes differently. Each section of the roving, the wool takes differently. And then I have one more. I won't unwind this one, but look how gorgeous that one turned out. Isn't this so pretty, you guys? And my process is all the same. I dye it in a pot, and I think I'm going to try to do a video on how I did this. And you guys, look how vibrant and gorgeous you're getting. You're getting from cake dyes and Kool-Aid. I mean, I don't know why everyone's not doing it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's totally color fast. It's not coming out. And the big thing, the reason I do it, it's way more inexpensive. But number two, you guys, it's not toxic. You don't have to wear like a face mask. I mean, you're really breathing in some little particles that could do some damage maybe. So this is much better. And I get such vibrancy, you guys. I am loving it. I've dyed some more. You guys have seen this before, but I'll show you just a second. I've dyed some more of the roving. Here it is. I think I've already. Oh, this, and the reason this looks weird is because I've already what's it called when you? I've already drafted all of this. It's already all been drafted. That's why it looks like so pillowy. So anyway, I dyed some more. Doesn't it look so pretty, you guys? And that's how I make this. That's the base of that. You know what I spin is this. So pretty. I love it. And this is all core spun, you guys. So I use a core and I spin everything around a core. Okay? And I'll show you guys what I use for the core here. I should go get that right now. Let me get it real quick so you guys can see what I use for the core. Okay, this is what I use for the core on this one here. And I use the same stuff, I just use a little bit deeper purple. But, or I might have used something similar. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this is what it is. It's that nubby, cheapy stuff. It's not really cheap. It costs, kind of can cost some money, like $4 or $5, like $5 or $6. But I always get it when it's on sale. This is that nubby type of texture you get at Joann's. But you guys, it's great for core spinning. So when you are spinning, you can spin your roving right around this core. You can spin your locks right around this core, your ribbon, and then you can continue spinning your roving, making your different things like your honeycombs, your coils, your baubles, and all around this core. And it's very strong. And then you can take this and switch and use this and spin with this on the other side. So now you have this showing. So it looks really cool, as you can see, and this makes a great core, and it attaches to the locks really easily, and it attaches to this really, everything attaches to it really easy because it's so nubby. I think it really makes a pretty art yarn. So that's what I'm using for my core when I do my core spinning. And I haven't done any other type of spinning. I've just done core spinning. I love core spinning. I love the way it turns out. I think it makes a beautiful art yarn. So that's what I'm sticking with for right now. From Knit Picks, I bought an entire box of roving. This stuff right here that I dyed, that I showed you, and the stuff, the purple I dyed. This is what it looks like when it originally comes. So I bought a big box because this wasn't on sale. The normal price is $5. I guess you can call it a skein for the roving. So, but this doesn't have any silk in it. So what I'll probably do is next time this is on the silk, the 75% wool and 25% silk, I'll buy tons of it, you guys, because I don't want to pay $7 or $8. I'd rather pay $5 a skein. But this is what it looks like when it comes to you before you dye it. So, and I picked up, like I said, I think 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I picked up 10. So I have a whole box of it right here. Yeah, I picked up 10 because it cost me like $50. Yeah, it's 100%, it says roving 100% Peruvian wool top. So that's what I got. And it says you should hand wash and dry flat. So anyway, so I bought a bunch of this. So I am loving, I love Knit Picks. The only thing I wish Knit Picks would have is I like to knit with really bulky yarn. And because I'm using art yarns and using art yarns as fringe, and I incorporate this in my pieces, I need to use a bulky type of yarn. And I mean bulky, not like, a lot of times bulky to them is like even Knit Picks, their bulky is like a worsted weight. I really want bulky, not worsted weight. So anyway, I'm going to talk about that right now. the bulky cover yarn I've been using as a base. And well, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys what I'm working on right now. My projects, works in progress. Let me get those. Okay, you guys, I have gotten really far on this. I have been working on this forever. My husband's blanket. Oh my god, you guys, I can barely even show it. It is so damn big now. I am just using a commercial synthetic yarn, and this synthetic yarn, I absolutely love it. And let me show you guys what it is. Wait, do I have it right here? I have it right here. I don't have the colors that the colors I'm using is red, white, and blue, which is my husband's team colors. He likes the 76ers and the Titans, and they both have the same colors. So that's why I'm using these colors. But the yarn I'm using is it is Lion Brand, Hometown, but it's only $2.99 a skein at Walmart, and actually I picked up a bunch for $2.50 a skein. And it's so soft, you guys. It's unbelievably soft, silky. It doesn't fall apart, and it's not even the other one that has the wool in it. It's pure synthetic, but I love this one. I know a lot of people down Lion Brand, but I like this one, and this is the one I'm talking about, and you get it at Walmart for $2.99. Especially if you're going to do some blankets and stuff like that, or really big projects like that, and you need to be able to throw it in the washer and dryer or whatever, and it's going to be used a lot. This is great. So, so let me show you the blanket, how far I am. I am ready for it to be done though. I've been working on this for flipping ever. And the reason it is my husband is 6'3", and so I'm making the blanket like to at least reach up to his like neck, okay, and half of the bed, because he wants a blanket to fit over him while he sleeps. So that's why it's taking me so damn long to make this blanket. But anyway, okay, here we go. There we go. So there it is. I think it's turning out really pretty. And I'm just doing the basic knit stitch. So, and with something like this, that's all you want to do is the basic knit stitch. The thing is huge. Let me show you guys. It's so big and heavy. Oh my god. Look at it, people. Look at it. Look. Look at this. Doesn't even stay in the camera. Oh my god. Oh, and this is what I decided to do, you guys, because I'm working with bulky yarn anyway. I'm not, every time I change colors, I am not going to weave in all these damn ends. Okay, can you imagine making a blanket, how big I'm making it? No. So I'm tying it on. I'm just tying them on, tying them on. I want to learn what the magic knot is, because I think that's really what I want to do. But anyway, I don't want to have any more ends to weave in at the end. So I do have some, because I didn't do that at the beginning, but I'm not doing that anymore. I just knot the yarns together, and keep moving it, because this is too much to go back and to weave in all these ends. That's ridiculous on this big of a project. But I do want to learn what the magic knot is, so I need to check that out. Alright, guys, let me check my camera really quick, and I'll show you guys my next project that I'm working on.
Minutes. Starting now.
Okay, guys, I'm coming back around. Alright, I'm grabbing my project that I'm working on it again, also right now. This is so fun. I absolutely flippin' love this. Okay. Just a second, sorry. I was in my kitchen, and my husband just brought his plate in, and there's a little piece of sausage there. I had to grab it. Anyway, some people were like, rude. Sausage, girls, sausage. Okay. Here it is, and what I'm making, okay, imagine like a big blanket, and you wrap a big blanket around you, and you're like, oh, I wish this was my coat. That's how this is going to be a slouchy cardigan. So it's like a big blanket that you can wrap around you. But when it comes to like the sides, you leave an opening here, and you just sew up the sides here. Leave an opening for your arms, and then you sew up the sides. And then in the back, it just slouches. So it's really super simple. So you're just making one big square, and then you'll fold it and you fold it down like this and wear it like a blanket, and then sew down the sides, leaving room for your arms. It's really super simple, but it's gonna take a while. So this is where I'm at, and I love this stitch, you guys. This stitch is awesome. I learned it from the lady girl from How to Spin Yarn, and with the bottom, I weaved in, or I actually knitted in this my art yarn. Look how cool that looks. Okay, so that'll be at the very bottom, and it's just going to be commercial yarn all the way up. That's going to be on the bottom, so I'll keep showing you. See, I did it all the way across on the bottom. Oh, it's so heavy. Okay, all the way across on the bottom, and then and it goes all the way across. I mean, it's massive. Ah, what the heck was that? And here's the end. Okay, and look how pretty that open knit is. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, and I'm using just a commercial yarn. I'm using that one I told you guys about. And the reason I'm using a commercial synthetic yarn for that, and I'm incorporating like real wool inside of this whole thing, is because this would cost me approximately $150 to $200 to make if I did this with 100% wool as far as the base. And the base is this thing here, okay, of this slouchy cardigan. So I am using this Lions brand, that same one I told you about that I said is so silky. It has a sheen to it. It's silky. I love it. And it's very nice and bulky, which is what I love. So I'm using that. And then this right here, this art yarn that I'm spinning, okay, when I'm all done, this is going to be fringe. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put fringe, like here at the opening where it's open. There'll be fringe all the way down there, all the way around on the outside. There'll be fringe on the arms. The whole thing is just going to be like fringe of this art yarn. How beautiful is that going to look when I'm all done? So excited. It's like I'm going to be wearing just a blanket, a slouchy cardigan full of sheep locks. Can't wait. So, super excited to finish this project up. If I have time, I'm going to show you guys the stitch I learned, because it is an awesome, awesome stitch. In fact, let me see if I can't show you right now. Well, you know what? I can't show it to you right now. I will try to show you. It's a very open, that's how you, I want to show you guys how I create this really open stitch. Because doing this open stitch, you can also actually knit this bulky type of yarn, because there's enough space and open air to knit this bulky yarn, which is what I did at the bottom of this. And then I can still use that same stitch with the commercial yarn too. So, I don't know, guys, I think it's a good idea. If you're making a huge project, you're going to incorporate real, like, art yarn in it. I don't see anything wrong with using a synthetic yarn that's a reasonable price, $2.99 a skein, to be able to make really beautiful projects. And I can't spend $150 on yarn to make this. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm already spending money on buying all my roving and all my sheep's locks and all of that. So, anyway, that is where I'm at on this. Hopefully, when I do my next podcast, I'll be done. I'm thinking another week or two, hopefully. I'm going on a trip pretty soon. So this will be my car knitting along with my blanket. So hopefully I can really get close to getting finished, at least with this project. My blanket, it will probably take forever still. I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of it. The thing is huge. But my husband will love it when it's done. Alright, so let me put this away. Okay, I got two more things to show you guys before we're done. I ran into a sale at Walmart on that same commercial yarn that I love to use, especially for my bases. Because you guys know, like I said, I incorporate my art yarn in there. I ran into a clearance at Walmart on this same type of yarn, and it was only $2.50 a skein. So I bought all they had. I bought the whole thing. I bought them out. So I got these two colors. I think this color is gorgeous. I did a poncho out of this and it turned out gorgeous. And then I had art yarn as the fringe hanging all over my poncho. It was gorgeous. I showed you guys that in one of my videos. I think maybe my last video I showed that. Anyway, I got this colorway, which I thought was really pretty. this is going to be the base of another slouchy cardigan, and I'm going to, for the fringe and for maybe some of the trim, I'm going to spin some yarn that looks almost like horsetails. So it'll look like it'll be black, gray, and brown. And I'll spin in, of course, sheep locks, and then I'm going to spin in flax. And flax almost looks like horsehair. So when it hangs off like tassels or chunks of horsehair, like this thick, like a little tail of horsehair. So I'll have sheep's locks, and then I'll have like little horsetails and sheep locks and horsetails, and then I'll probably do some ribbon in between that. It'll be fabulous, you guys. And I think that this base will be really pretty for that because it's so natural looking. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, maybe more, 7. And then I thought, if I'm sure I have enough, I'll take this same color here because it's such a neutral, natural color, and make some fingerless mitts, and then take this and use it as take my art yarns and knit those up and make trim, so it goes around like here's your fingerless mitt here. So right up here at the wrist, put some of the art yarn at the top of it, which I think will look gorgeous, and give those out for Christmas. So that's my idea for that. Then I found some really pretty brown, which I think I'm going to intermix into that slouchy cardigan. And the slouchy cardigan with that mixture of horsetails, which is flax, and of the sheep's lock, black and the brown and the gray. I'm going to incorporate probably some of this darker brown yarn. I got another one of that other color that I showed you at the beginning. Okay, this I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't normally like this color at all, but I like this color, this sagey type of green mixed with purple. So this was just normal price, but I got this so I could show you guys how pretty those could be together as a base. And then throw in some of this art yarn as trim and as fringes. It could be fabulous. So I went ahead and got it, and it was only $2.50 a skein. So I'm like, you know, that's good. Okay, so that is that. Oh wait, that needs to stay out. And I just organized my, I have an art studio, but I have a wall now that I made into a whole wall for my yarn and for all my wool and my sheep's locks. I was like, I have to get organized because I have a lot of stuff now, and I can see myself just getting more and more stuff for my spinning, for my knitting. So I had to start getting organized. I used these, I'll show you guys. I have one of my projects in one of them right now. These type of laundry baskets, I got them at Dollar Tree, you guys. And I got this color and hot pink, and I put them on the wall with drywall screws. I put a hole in the bottom with drywall screws. You can screw these on, and I screw them onto the wall with drywall screws, and that way you don't have to worry about trying to find wood or anything. If you use drywall screws, you get them at Home Depot. I screwed them into the wall. It's just like when you see, especially at shows, like knitting shows or fiber shows, you'll see them take like the wicker baskets that look like that in wicker kind of, and then they, you know, they have them all screwed in and they make a big shelf out of them. So I decided to make a big shelf out of those because I got them at Dollar Tree for $1 a piece. So that turned out really good, and I'm going to videotape my my art and yarn room very soon, especially that wall, because that, you know, as knitters and spinners, you guys are interested in seeing something like that, I think. So I'll show you guys that. The last thing I want to show you guys is I said I would share a couple a week. I bought these. I got tons of them, like 50 of them for like $3. They are the Work Basket Home Arts magazine, and way back when they were only $1. This is in 1971, you guys. These are fabulous. So let me show you, share a few of these with you guys. That's on the front, and let me show you some of the projects. They have knitting projects in here, which are really cool. There's some knitting projects in here that I actually, in some of these books, that I really want to do. That's cool. This is a rug and pillow. Look how cool that is. And the lady who got the magazine, her name was Pearl. Pearl Bernito. She lived in Concord, California. Somebody gave away all her books. I do a lot of junk journaling too, so I want to incorporate some of this stuff that's very vintage looking into my junk journals. Okay, I'm just, oh, let me go on to the next one. So here's the next one. Okay. I like that on the front. That's all knitted. Isn't that cool? The dress and then the jacket. That's crazy. Okay. I'm just looking really quickly for some knitting projects. They have knitting projects in there, and then they always have recipes too, which is really cool. It's a cute little book. Look at this little boy's sweater, and it has the pattern on how to make them, how to make it, and then always has the pattern too, like that dress. Well, it's not, the dress isn't knitted, just the jacket's knitted on the front of this magazine. It has always the directions to make that too, somewhere in here. Maybe it'll come up here. Yeah, I didn't see it, but it's probably in there. Okay, the next one, I think this is knitted also. Yeah, I believe the jacket and the skirt is knitted. Let me open this up and let's see what patterns and things we can find in here. Some things are just funky, like this. Oh my gosh. The colors this guy is wearing are just, in my opinion, horrible. And someone knitted him that vest. Okay. He was probably trying to make his wife happy. Anyway, let me see what else, if there's anything else in here that I can show you. Just looking. Okay, this is pretty cute. This is a little girl's dress in crochet. And it has the pattern and everything. The directions on how to do it. So this is just a really, really cool little book. These books are really, really cute. And like I said, I got them because they're all about knitting and crocheting, so it's really cool. And I can make some projects out of these with these books, and also use some for my junk journals because they're very vintage. Okay, you guys, the last thing I want to do is I always talk about, at the end, I always want to talk about some herbs, because I take herbs and I believe in herbal medicine and herbal remedies. Not really prescription medication. I believe in herbs. So if you aren't interested in the herbal part of this, then I will see you guys in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. That's what I decided. That's about how long it takes me to like gather some stuff up to do a knitting podcast. If not, go ahead and stay tuned, and we're going to talk about some not a lot of herbs, one herb. So I am drinking Comfrey infusion. And how you make it is you take 1 ounce of herb. So I take 1 ounce of Comfrey, and I sprinkle in hibiscus flowers, and that's what gives it the red color and gives it a nice berry flavor, so that all of your herbs are real palatable, and it just tastes like a really nice berry juice. And then you do that, and you fill it with hot boiling water to the top. You let it sit for about 3 hours, and then you just strain it. And then you can just drink it cold. You can put agave syrup in it or honey, and then you can put it over ice, or you can warm it back up on the stove. Don't put it in the microwave because that'll ruin all of the herbal powers of your herbs here, all the vitamins and nutrients. Just warm it up on the stove. And these, whenever you drink these infusions I'm talking about, they can sustain life. Believe it or not, they have your carbs, your proteins, all your minerals, and all your vitamins to sustain life. Even protein, you guys. Fabulous. If you want your hair and nails to grow, my nails have been growing like crazy since I've been doing this. My hair has been growing like crazy because you're getting so much vitamins, so much nutrients. This to drink these infusions is great. I drink a different infusion every day. So, and I get my herbs from Mountain Rose Herbs, but I mainly get them from, I have an herb shop here It's not a GNC. It's like herbs from the earth, and they have an herb wall, and all the herbs go into this little metal buckets on this herb wall, and I go and get my herbs that way. But you can go to Mountain Rose Herbs. I'll put the link below and get these. And this is not expensive to make. This probably costs maybe $1.50, $1.60 to make this. It's nothing. So let me tell you the benefits of Comfrey. The main benefit of Comfrey is if you break a bone, like right now I have my knees are acting up, and I just need some ligaments and tissues in my knees to be strengthened up, because I've been working out for 48 years, you guys. I've never stopped, and so, you know, my knees have taken, I used to be a dancer all the way through when I was little, through junior high, high school, college, and I still dance now. I do Zumba, so my knees just take a beating. So I need it really helps with broken bones, ligaments, tissue, muscle, all that. If you have a teenager who breaks a bone, I would be giving them this infusion every day. It will cut the time in half for those broken bones to mend back together. The other benefits of Comfrey is allergies, anemia, bladder problems, if you need to cleanse your blood. A lot of times there's parasites in your blood and need to be cleansed out. Boils, broken bones, like I said, bronchitis, bruises, burns. So for bruises, I guess you can just make a little, just put it right on top of the skin. Burns, bursitis, cancer. Yes, people, cancer. Colds, colitis, coughs, cramps, diarrhea, digestive problems, eczema, fatigue, female complaints, fevers, fractures, gallbladder, gout, gum disease, hay fever. I'm reading all this in the Little Herb Encyclopedia. Infections, insect bites, kidney stones, leg cramps, lungs, your menstrual cycle, dissolve and expels mucus, pain, pancreas, pneumonia, psoriasis, respiratory problems, rheumatism, skin troubles, sores, sprains, stomach, swelling, tuberculosis, and bloody urine. So, Comfrey is huge. Like, that's crazy. It really, it solves a lot of issues. So, and this Little Herb Encyclopedia, I highly suggest getting this. You can get this probably on Amazon, I believe. It's about $16.95. It is the Bible of herbs. If you have an issue, something that's going on, you just go to the back and look up your issue, and it'll tell you what herbs are good for that issue. If you have some herbs and you want to know what those herbs are good for, you can look them up alphabetically. So this is a great book. So I told you guys every week I'll share what I'm drinking, what infusion I'm drinking, or what tinctures I've created, because I have a lot of tinctures that I take on a daily basis. I'll go over those too, but right now I'm just going through the infusions that I drink. Is it 5 or 6? 5 or 6 different infusions. It's a different one every day, and then I start again. After I drink the 6, I start again. So they're just an ongoing thing to keep my health in top-notch order. So, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I'm really, really active on Instagram and Facebook, and mainly Instagram. And I think that's it, you guys. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.